Good morning, everyone. I am Dr. M. Bhuvaneshwari, Assistant Professor, Department of Civil Engineering, SRM Institute of Science and Technology. Today, we are going to see about values, attitude, and behavior. So, before we begin, I want to ask you something. Think about the last major decision you made. Maybe it was choosing a college, picking a friend group, or even deciding whether to meet a deadline honestly or find a shortcut. What made you choose one path over the other? Was it logic, emotion, or something deeper? That something deeper is what we are going to explore today. We are going to talk about the invisible architecture of human action, values, attitude, and behavior. These three words are not just textbook concepts. They are the operating system behind every successful person, every thriving organization, and every healthy society. And by the end of this session, I want you to be able to look at your own life and ask, what values am I running on? So, let's begin. Introduction to values. Let's start with the foundation, values. What are values? In the simplest terms, values are your internal compass. They are the guiding principles that shape how you behave, how you decide, and how you interact with the world around you. Think of values as the default setting of your personality, what you see. I believe in honesty. I cannot stand injustice. You are stating a value. You are drawing a line in the sand about what matters to you: culture, upbringing, experience. Here's the critical part. Values gives life meaning. A person without clear values is like a ship without a rudder. You might move fast, but you have no direction. Values create purpose. They help you answer the question, why am I doing? What am I doing? Let me give you a quick example. Two students might both study engineering. One does it because his family values stability. Another does it because she values innovation and wants to build something new. Same career, completely different fuel. That fuel, that is values. So when it comes to organization values. Now, values are not just personal, they are organizational too. In fact, if you study any company that has lasted decades, you will find that one or more core values were the real engine of their success. Let's look at two Indian giants, Tata Group, Infosys. Their core values are integrity, excellence, responsibility, unity, and innovation. But here is what makes Tata special. It's not just a poster on the wall. When you think of Tata, you think of ethical leadership. The Tata Trusts donate a massive portion of profits to social causes. That is responsibility in action. That is values becoming behavior. Infosys, their values include client, value leadership by example, integrity, fairness, and excellence. Infosys builds its reputation not just on coding skills but on integrity. In an industry where shortcuts are tempting, Infosys chose to play the long game because of its values. And it's not just corporations. Educational institutions live and die by their values too. IISc Bangalore, excellence, integrity, innovation, research-driven growth, sustainability. IISc is not just a university. It is a research powerhouse because it values cutting edge inquiry, and solve real world problems. Harvard University, excellence, leadership, integrity, diversity, innovation, impact. Harvard's culture of academic excellence and ethical leadership is not accidental, it is cultivated, it is protected. So, the same stands good for SRM University also. So, SRM University is already 2.5 decades ago. So, whether you are building a company, a university, or a career, values are not optional, they are the infrastructure. Values, the key issues. Now, here is a powerful idea I want you to write down if you are taking notes. Implementing values energizes everything concerned with it. What does that mean? For an individual, when you truly commit to a value, let's say discipline, you not just become more organized, you realize a fresh kind of energy. You attract opportunities, you achieve more, you feel well being. The same applies to organizations. When a company genuinely adopts values, not just prints them on a coffee mug, its employees become energized, its customers feel, its products improve, even its brand become magnetic. Values are not passive, they are active forces. When you align with them, everything around you starts to align too. Why values are important? Let's make this practical. Why should you care about values? First, values define your personal identity and integrity. When you know your values, you know who you are. You do not drift with every trend or pressure. Second, values drive motivation and goal setting. If you value growth, you will set learning goals. If you value service, you will set impact goals. Your goals become meaningful because they are anchored to something real. Third, values strengthen relationships and social harmony. Two people can disagree on opinions, but if they share core values like respect or honesty, they can still build trust. And fourth, guide ethical decision making. Ethics, as we define it, deals with moral principles, values, and judgments that guide human behavior to achieve a good and fulfilling life. When you face a gray area at work or in life, your values become your flashlight. Categories of values. Values are not one size fits all. They show up in different domains of life. Personal values, honesty, self-respect, resilience. These are about how you treat yourself. Cultural values, traditions, customs, heritage. These connect you to your roots. Social values, equality, justice, cooperation. These govern how you function in society. Moral values, integrity, responsibility, kindness. These are your ethical backbone. Spiritual values, faith, compassion, gratitude. These give you perspective beyond the material world. Now, here is a question for you. Which of these categories is strongest in your life right now? And which one needs more attention? You do not need to answer out loud, just hold that thought. What are core values? Let's talk about core values. Core values are special. They are the values that do not change with time, gender, nationality, geography, education, or economical status. They are non negotiable. Whether you are a student in Bangalore or a CEO in New York, integrity either matters to you or it does not. Excellence either matters or it does not. These are core values. And here is the beautiful part. When values integrate across levels, magic happens. Individual values align with organizational values, which align with societal values. When all three are in sync, you get a person who is fulfilled, an organization that is thriving, and a society that is just. When they are out of sync, you get conflict, burnout, and corruption. Your job, whether you realize it or not, is to keep integrating your personal values with the world you operate in. Here's the activity. So, we have gone through enough theory, and here's a quick activity for you. Pick a chart or pick a board. So you can practice this with 3 of your friends, and here's the task. First, place your initials on the chart at a comfortable height, whatever feels natural. Second, place your initials higher than your first attempt. Third, place your initials even higher than the second. Just keep going on. Now, find out who is the winner. Now, here's the truth. The winner is not the one who wrote the highest. The winner is the one who kept aiming higher. This is the learning. In life, you first attempt sets a baseline. But your values should push you to raise the baseline every single time. Always aim higher, push yourself, do better. That's what growth looks like. Well, now, if values are the compass, attitude is the vehicle. Attitude is the personality trait you continue to develop throughout your life. It pervades everything. It shows up in your speech, your body language, how you complete tasks, your attention to detail, your consideration for others, and your general approach to life. Attitude begins on the inside and shows on the outside. You cannot fake it for long. Attitudes are the reflections of our mind on our actions. They are determined by emotions, experience, expectations. And here is the key line: positive or negative. The choice is yours. Two people can face the same setback. One sees a dead end, the other sees a detour. The difference is not intelligence, it is the attitude. Attitude of highly productive people. Attitudes of highly productive people have a checklist. So here's your checklist. Curiosity, accepting that problems will exist, meeting challenges, constructive criticism, considered judgment, optimism, perseverance, learning from failure, flexibility in approach. How many of these do you practice daily? Pick one to work on this week. Now we move on to behavior. Finally, we arrive at behavior. Your behavior is the visible tip of the iceberg, and it comes in different forms: positive versus negative. Are you adding value or draining it? Assertive versus non-assertive. Conflict versus non-conflict. Do you address issues or avoid them? Thinking is the basis of value. Value leads to expectations. Expectations determine attitude. Attitude directs behavior. Behavior affects performance. Performance leads to results. And now it's time to change our behavior through our values and attitude to achieve a successful life and keep going on in our life towards our goal. Thank you.